Hey, this is Leonard, and today I'm going to be showing off the mods that I did to a Lego Clone Turbo Tank. This is a set you can currently buy off the shelf, but I felt that it needed a lot of changing up to make it display worthy. The main thing I changed was I took off these missiles right here, and added a little bit of greaving to the outside. That's going to be the first thing you'll probably really notice, but really the changes I made are on the inside, because the inside of this model is actually really sparse. There's absolutely nothing really going on the inside, and I wanted to change that up because it was just too little to actually put on a shelf. Without further ado, here it is. So you'll see right here, I kept this piece right here, this plate, and I just slapped it right back down there where those missiles were. Had a little bit of grill right here. I continued the red stripe down the edge of the actual craft itself. Here's a little bit of engine detail in the form of an exhaust. There's a little bit of greaving on the back right here, a little bit on the top right there. I did change up this gun just a little bit. Not too much changed on the back at all, really. And there's just the other side. It mirrors the other side just like it does in the regular set. But as I said, most of the change of detail comes on the inside, and I cannot wait to show you this. I will be going back to the instructions just to show you what it actually looks like, because I'm not going to destroy my model and rebuild it. We're going to start at the back of the inside and actually work our way forward. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the instructions out and show you what originally is in the inside of the set right here. This right here is all of the detail inside the cabin. They don't really add anything else. I think we get maybe a plate grip? Nope, not even that it looks like. They just kind of leave you with that. Huh? Yep, so that's what's on the inside of the back here. It looks like there's a coffee mug and somewhere to set the guy. So, here's how I changed that. I currently have a guy sitting in there. So we're going to pull out this clone. Grab his helmet here. And I'm going to pull off some of these panels to show you what the inside looks like. Get you better up close with that. You'll see I built an actual chair up right here. It's got a little bit of a console right here and a little stick to actually work the guns. So I just really built up a chair, and back here you can barely see it because of how much black pieces there are, but there is a spot to clip a gun there. Okay, so the next section I changed is the inside of here, where originally you stored this little walker right here. You just fold it up in the most minuscule ways, and it just kind of barely squeezed in there and just set down. Now, I'm not a big fan of this walker, and I certainly think that is probably the ugliest clone they have ever made. I mean, why are his eyes so way far up in there on the mask? I'll never understand it. Anyways, I didn't care for the little walker, so I changed up the inside to be what it actually would be in the tank, which is an area for troops to prepare for battle or look at analytics, stuff like that. So here you're looking at what it originally looked like on the inside of the set. Simple flat tile pieces for you to slide the walker onto. And again, wasn't a big fan of that, so I decided to go ahead and work that off as much as possible. Also added some engine detailing into this area right here. So there's a slight bit of engine detailing I added just around the jumper pieces, just a little bit of greaving, some weird pieces here and there. Really that room just sits empty if you don't do anything with it, so I added that. And then I added a little bit of workstation. This is these are pieces actually from the Lego Dimensions actual plate kit that you put your figures on. I did just some gun racks here, and a little bit of deploy signal here, and just some little lights. There isn't a lot of room to work in here, as you can see, because you have to keep this right here in order to keep the little stand that can go up and down on the top for the lookout. And before I put this away, I want to show you just a little bit more detailing I added on the top. Didn't change much, but I just added that much more to it. And here we are at the front driving cab section of the turbo tank itself. And again, pulling out the instructions just to show you what it had in the original version of the set. Yeah, not a lot there. That's it. That's what they had to sit at. Now this is probably the only area I actually pulled up pictures to see what the clone turbo tank actually looked like on the inside. I did it as well for this, but I kind of just did my own thing on the inside. But this is where I really tried to replicate the actual thing. So, this is my favorite spot. I have a actual clone pilot right here, and he is sitting on a brick built seat that is enclosed. He's got a little clip here to hold his gun. And on the other side, the co-pilot, he has a mirrored brick built seat, as well as some dials and control panels to see what's going on outside of the tank. I wanted to fill this area up right here where you see I've got some available studs, but just the way this panel closes right here, it doesn't really give you the room to actually work with this stud. So even just one extra panel or even a little cheese slope wedge piece right here is just too much for this. So they have to remain empty so that that can come up straight as possible. And around the mod, not necessarily a mock, but a mod itself, I just wanted to cover up Technic pins as much as possible. Again, there's engine detailing. Around the other side, the engine detailing is a little bit different. There's another shot at the inside of the cab that has an area for them to work. And I use my clips right here instead of to hold spare bolts. That's where the lightsabers for my Jedi go. So there you have it. These are the mods that I've done to my clone turbo tank. Nothing major, but I definitely wanted a better inside. And that's what I built up. This area being my personal favorite. And I figured since Star Wars was coming out with some exciting new details about the next movie, which I cannot wait for myself, I would go ahead and review my mod here. So let me know what you think, what ways I can improve it. I really think the only area that I don't really like still are these just Technic beams here, just because they're so thin on such a huge model here. The one last thing I do have to show is because the amount of weight that I added to it, just the small pieces I added, this does sit to the side a lot easier. It hangs there on those spring pieces a lot more. In the initial model, it just jolts right back up faster than that even. But, small price to pay for better detail. Still works. Still love the thing. Thanks for watching.